Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Faith and Fashion, where I am your host, Roberta. I do hope you're having a good day today, and if you're not, I pray that you do. Yes, I pray that you do. And if you feel the need to talk to somebody or just to vent or just, have a conversation, you can always text me on my Instagram. I will leave the link to my profile in the description below. If you're new here, hi, how are you? I'm a Christian lifestyle blogger, and on my channel, I talk about my faith, my fashion, and other aspects of my life. So if you're interested, you can subscribe and look for a new upload on Wednesdays because that is the day I upload my videos. Okay, so without further ado, today's topic is not everybody is your friend, and you can look at this like in the Christian perspective or the world perspective, and let's start with the world perspective. So I don't know if you have ever had or have a friend group and you are just not, you know, you're just not moving as you would want to, or you're just stagnant. And every time you come up with a new idea, whether it be a business or just something that you are passionate about, and you can turn it into something profitable, something that will, bring in funds, bring in some money. And you say it to your friend group and they're like, no, this is not going to work. You need this, you need that, and putting a lot of things on you, to the point where you get discouraged and you say, that's a stupid idea, it will never work. Or you actually went through with your idea, you just did not tell them, and you created a business or you did something, right? And it's thriving. But here comes your friend, somebody who is supposed to support you, supposed to uplift you, motivate you, and encouraging you, telling you that your business will run down to the ground. And give it a few months, the hype will go down. They're always talking badly about you, but in your mind, you're thinking, oh, probably they're right. They're just looking out for me. No, listen to me. Not everybody that calls you friend considers you a friend. You could, have this particular person in your life and you consider them to be your best friend, your close friend, but they don't even think of you as your best friend or a close friend or even your friend. They're just there because one, they can benefit from you. Two, they can be putting you down to uplift themselves. So when you have an idea and you tell this person one time and all they do is to give negative feedback, not helping you to solve the issues that you would face when you're going to start a business. They're just not helping in any way. That is not your friend. Let's go now to the Christian perspective, right? You could be in church and you're going through a certain thing, and you confide in somebody and they're like, I wish I could help you, give me the quote unquote support. But when you leave, that said person that you trusted with your issues and problems are going around in the church and telling everybody what you're going through, and then you're like, um you know I don't understand how people know, and this person is so near and dear to me, they would never. Yes, they will. Yes, they would, and yes, they did. Sometimes they will come with the right thing but with the wrong spirit. They will come and say, hey, take your problems to God. But the spirit behind them is not of God. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Yeah, a person will come and tell you good things, do good things, but the spirit behind them is not of God. Don't be fooled by appearances, don't be fooled by words. The spirit of discernment should be on point. The spirit of discernment should be on point. Hmm? Yes, right. And whether or not you're a Christian or you're not saved or whatever it is, you're going to have some people in your life that are placed there strategically to keep you stagnant. They're going to be an hindrance, a blockage, because they don't want to see you elevate. Whether it is you're going to be elevated in a position in church, or you running a successful business. They don't want to see that. So in order for you to stay on their level or even lower, they're going to plant some seeds of doubt. They're going to discourage you. They're going to tell you that you're not good enough. You cannot pull this off. You cannot do this. And they will convince you so much so that you think you need them. But let me tell you something. If you have an idea and you see a way that you can, work it out in the way that you're going to carry your idea and make it something bigger, do it. Your circle should be small, right? Not everybody is a friend. You have acquaintances. Get that. You have acquaintances, and don't go around telling everybody everything about your life. Only when you have struggles, sometimes you should keep it to yourself, because when you go out, looking for refuge, looking for help, it makes the situation even worse. Why? Because the person that is supposed to be helping you, your best friend or your close friend, that person should be helping you, but instead they are making your situation worse. And you're trying to convince yourself that this person is a good person, they will never do anything to hurt me, or they will never do something that will cause me harm. But the truth of the matter is, they don't want to see you succeed. They don't want to see you become a better person. They don't want to see you elevated. And they're just there to keep you at a certain space. And I know some persons can testify that when they cut off certain people, you know out of their life became better. Opportunities came to them, doors were open. Why? Because they cut off that toxic person, and they started to focus on the idea. For example, they started to focus on the idea they had, and they took it from like level 1 and leveled all the way up to 100. Why that happened is because they stopped listening to that friend. They started to focus on themselves and say, I can make this work, and I'm not going to listen to this person because I will make this work. And in the church, you have to say, take everything a person say to you with a grain of salt. And if you have a relationship with God, and if you can say, God, did you really mean this? Did you really say this? If you don't have a relationship with God, I pray and I beg that you do get one, because person will come and say, God said this, and you will really believe it because you're saying this person, has a relationship with God. So if God told them this, it must be true. But you should say, why did God tell you and not me? If it's concerning me, why did God tell you and not me? And when they say God told me to tell you this, you go to God and say, did you really say this? You get the answer right there. Watch the persons around you. Watch them. Take note of everything they do and say, because actions and words sometimes they don't correlate. So watch the friends that you have. Watch them, right? Watch them. And this is all I have to say for today, and I do hope that this was somehow edifying. And I look forward to seeing you on my next video. So bye. Thank you for listening. Yes, bye.